You folks, parents, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us here. I do have, this is a different sort of a format for our parents meeting, but it's been so long since we've had a parents meeting, I wanted to give you guys at least an update as best I can. So I do have a phone right here, which is important because I have the chat open. So if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put it in the chat. I can see that and I can respond to it. Hi, AJ. Let us begin. Hopefully you guys can see. Yes, you can. You can see this right here. So actually, let's get to that in just a second. So I wanted to go through a number of things, starting off vision-wise. Obviously, this has been a really tough year. We've gone through, with lockdowns and pandemics and people getting sick and all of that. The goal this entire time has obviously been to connect to the students, and not only that, but also help them get to know God. That's really what we're all about. In fact, we've actually redone our mission statement just to say really simply, it's about getting to know God and desire to be transformed by Him. That's what we're all about. And of course, with both of those things, that's not something that we can force. That's not something that we can program. We can't be like, here, if you read this book, you will then do that. But our goal is to do the best we can to create those sort of environments so our students can get to know God and desire to be transformed by Him. The major ways that we do that is, one, we do it, we are going to still committed to doing programming, events, Sundays, things like that, but then also is the relationships that the leaders have with our students. So along those lines, because she's here, I did want to introduce you to one of our new leaders. It's Michelle Cabrera. Right, I guess just to kind of wave, you're a little on the shorter side. So that's Michelle. She's one of our new middle school leaders, and she's coming with us to summer camp, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So very excited to have Michelle along with us. Additionally, Matthew Dirks, if those of you that are familiar with Pastor Dirks' son, Matthew, he's been helping us out for the summer as well. So in addition to our current leaders, myself, my wife Judy, and Michael Harris are our other leaders. So, Bob, good to see you.
Hi.
So we're kind of going back and forth between you and the camera. So I apologize, but I was just introducing Michelle. I don't know if you've gotten to meet Michelle. She's one of our new middle school leaders. So, okay. So let's see. We are going to look back for a sec. So, yes, sir. Thank you, AJ. Okay. Not right now. Okay. So. Looking back on this last year, I think those of you guys that have been connected in different ways, pretty much, in fact, actually, you know what? Hey, there we go. Let's look back on middle school. So looking back on middle school, we've done a lot of online interaction. So we've attempted with Sundays to have a live stream every Sunday morning. Wednesdays we've continued to do on Zoom. And what we have changed or started doing over these last 2 months now? Has it been that long? I don't know how long it's been. But either way, our change right now is that we now do kind of this in-person hybrid for Sunday mornings. So we do have an option to be here in person, but we are still live streaming for the students that are still at home. Wednesdays, about that in a sec. And then second is high school. High school has been kind of interesting. We've tried a bunch of different things. What we ended up landing on with high school is we were doing a kind of like a short service. AJ, can you take that outside, please? Thank you. We would do like a short message on Instagram as kind of a teaser towards our full message on YouTube. And we do that every Sunday. Additionally, we started small groups. So we were having 4 different small groups that would meet at various times during the week. But the big thing that we started with high school at the beginning of summer is what I like to call our discipleship pathway. So our discipleship pathway I'm really excited about, and what it is right now is that for our high schoolers, every Sunday, there is a 1 minute, I wouldn't even call it a message. There's a 1 minute video question that is designed to generate some thought and to help them engage with Jesus throughout the week. It's available on both Instagram and on TikTok, and we start there on Sunday. From there, Monday, we then have an opportunity to read, and that's where on Instagram we've got different ways of presenting the biblical passage that we base the Sunday question on, and again, inviting the students in just 30 to 45 seconds a day to read some scripture on Monday. Tuesday, we always have a ponder question, and this is a question that's designed to help them push a little bit deeper into whatever it is that we were talking about. So for example, this last week, we were talking about humility, and what does it look like to be humble in my particular context. Then Wednesday, we have an opportunity to pray. Again, Instagram, there's a post that will encourage them to take 30 seconds and pray about the topic that we're talking about that week. Thursday, there's a call to action, which we always come up with some sort of a challenge about, like, here's something that would help you actually practically apply what it is that we have talked about this week. And then last but not least, Friday, we have a chance to reflect on what did we see God do this week. So I know from just like the views that the students have been at least viewing these things. So I really want to encourage you parents, ask your students about this. Like, that's the big challenge for this to work, is that it's about both you and us as leaders interacting with the students through this, and to actually ask them the ponder questions, and to allow them to not just be information that they're just retaining, but something they're actually applying. Okay, so looking ahead, we've got, obviously, the big one that we're looking ahead to is summer camp. That is coming up in just, 8 days. It's coming up a week from Monday. So the group that we're taking right now is that we are taking, we're taking 3 middle schoolers and 4 high schoolers. Myself, Michelle, and Matt Dirks are going to be our leaders that are going. So there's a total group of 10 of us, which is so awesome. Like obviously those of you that are not able to go, we're going to miss you, and I certainly a priority. But after the year that we've been through, I'm just excited. Honestly, if we were taking 2 students, I'd be excited that we're going. Like, because this is something that I want us to do more and more of stuff. So that's the first one that's coming up. Second one is Move Up. Move Up is coming up at the end of next month. The last Sunday of next month will be where we move up our 5th graders into 6th grade. We move our 8th graders into 9th grade. So we always try and make a big deal about it. We're still in the works of exactly what that is going to look like between myself. Maddie Kim is the one that's filling in right now for children's ministry. So we're going to work out what exactly that day is going to look like, but circle that on your calendars. Middle school ministries. So we're talking about looking ahead, which this is my new design I made on Canva. Huh? Very dull, right? I mean, that's the style, right? So anyway, I was impressed with myself. I'm not a graphic designer, but so anyway, so for middle school, like we've talked about, we are currently doing this hybrid sort of Sunday morning, which we are still working on. Obviously, this morning, the feed cut out, so the landing point of why any of that mattered all got lost on our online audience, so my apologies. We're really close. I felt good about our game today. We actually got to play a game with the online audience and the in-person audience, other than our online audience didn't know a whole lot of Disney trivia. But nonetheless, it was still, we're getting there. We're working on it, because I think this is well, in some form or fashion, I think something that we're going to be doing moving forward. Wednesdays right now have been much more comfortable on Zoom with the crowd that we have. However, I'm hoping that we can figure out a way of doing something like we're doing on Sunday on Wednesday, where we can do either a hybrid version or something where we can have more of like an in-person thing as well as the online thing. But I know, like right now, especially with our group that we have on Wednesdays, it doesn't feel like there would be a whole lot of people there in person, which it would be tough for a discussion to really do a discussion well. So that's coming up. The other thing is we got a chance to go to Rock and Jump Trampoline Park just a couple of weeks ago, 1 week ago, whenever that was, and that was so awesome because it was that like a little bit of normal that was kind of seeping back in, and we definitely want to get back to, we used to be able to do like a monthly event, and I think those are important that we're gonna get back to, again, kind of doing something like that. So that's what's coming up for middle school. High school, oh, I thought I had another, looks about the same, but it's blue, huh? It's almost the same. So high school ministries, somewhat similar, is that our big goal with high school ministries is one, again, I'm really excited about this idea of transferring from what we do information-wise, that the 20-minute whatever sermon on a Sunday, I'm interested in trying to do it this other way, where instead of just lecturing them for 20 minutes, let's spread it out over 6 days and see if we can get them to interact, to ask those questions a little bit more. But again, the key is going to be that interaction. So we do still have our leaders hanging out with students, interacting one-on-one, but our big goal is how do we get together as a group? Our first one, obviously, we've got summer camp that's coming up, and that's going to be a great opportunity for that. After we get back from summer camp, right now the idea I'm throwing around with different students is we're going to organize a time where a group of us can go to Raging Waters, and then we were going to continue, again, trying to do some more fun activities that we can get together, both as an opportunity just to build community, but also as an opportunity to invite friends. Like that's an opportunity an easy way to get them to church, get them to meet Jesus. But then the third one is figuring out ways that we can get together on a regular basis, in person, community-wise. Sunday nights is still on the table. Sunday nights have always been a little bit on the difficult side, so we've kind of thrown around the idea of either Wednesdays, maybe Fridays, something kind of in the middle of the week, even if it's just like grabbing lunch together, something that we can do on a regular basis to start reestablishing some of those community bonds that we have in person as well. So that is what is coming up, and I think, yeah, I got nothing else. All right, so that was just a brief chuck of information at all of y'all. There you go. I see Sonia is online. So are there anything else to expand upon, or questions, comments, concerns from our in-person crowd or our online? As always, feel free to email me. That's definitely always an easy way. Text me, my number. Hopefully, if you don't have my number, I think I included on the parents' email. I'm going to continue sending out that parents' email once a week. So, which one thing I do want to point out with the parents' email, the goal is that one, to keep you informed, give you some dates and stuff like that, let you know what we talked about this previous Sunday, even though I guess if you just looked at the previous email, then that is kind of repetitive. But the big thing is, I do want to let you guys know on Thursday what we're going to talk about the upcoming Sunday, so that you can be either prepared for it. If you want to start that conversation in your house and they can continue it here, that's awesome. Otherwise, because I don't know about you guys, but from my experience working with students, like, hey, how was church? Good. What'd you talk about? Stuff. But you know better because you actually have this little bit of information that I have. So you can, if you want to press and be like, well, Jeff did say you were going to talk about Revelation today. Huh? So I want to, and again, some of you have said you want more of that. Some of you have said you want less. So let me know, and I can certainly provide more or less. Alrighty. Well, thank you. No questions, you rock. Well, thank you, Daniel. All right, well, thank you for joining us. I don't know why I just looked into the lights. That was not my smartest move. But nonetheless, yeah, we'll be in touch real soon.